Oh yeah, oh yeah. About that time. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. And we're live. Live. Okie doke. Let's see what the markets have for us today. So today we had yesterday we had a good trade. Let's go back and see what happened with that trade. Okay. Oh yeah. So okay. This is good. So this was yesterday's trade. Decent trade. It was a decent trade. Previous 1 hour low right there. 12 p.m. candle. That's gonna be opening in what, 18 minutes. Went down, then we used this up candle right here as our bounce zone, right? And the moment we crossed above it, that was when I hit my buy, and my first target was above this previous high, where I think I did over 80% maybe. And then my final target was up this 1 hour point of interest, if that's a nice way to say it. So yep, that's how it went down. Executions right there. Boom boom. Some partials over there, and then the final one was up here. So our account, how does it look like now? Okay, so the account high is 25k, so let's see if we can get it back there today, but no pressure anyway, no pressure. We're just gonna have fun, and as we have fun, may it also reflect over here. So let's get down to okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of yesterday's shenanigans, and we're gonna start today like it's a new day. I'm trying to avoid previous day, like using analysis that I had on the previous day. I feel like it's much better for me to just come in and start afresh and forget everything about the previous day. Though some levels here we're still gonna be drawing them anyway, but we're just gonna look at it freshly. Okay, doke. So I have those in in dates over there, so I kind of come back and I know this is what happened on this day. So let's do that top-down analysis real quick. So the monthly is pretty much where it was yesterday. Not really, but I mean, so this is where we are with price right now. So I think it's important to mark this low over here. So just in case we keep on going down, then that's an important level over there. So I'm gonna call that an old monthly low. OML, old monthly low, and I don't think there's anything else of importance here. Today is Thursday, pretty much like Friday, because today is the last day of trading. Tomorrow is a holiday, so I think indices close earlier, and forex might still be going, but it's usually slow. So tomorrow no trading. Tomorrow I'm gonna be reviewing the trades that I took this week, just right about the same time as right now. So let's go down to the weekly. I don't think we're gonna do too much, but how do I know? I do not know. So we are in between yesterday's, oh no, we are in between last week's range. We haven't managed to take that high. I think this might happen next week. So I'm not gonna mark that high. That's just too many points, man. 852. I don't think we're gonna get up there on a weekly scale, so I'm not gonna put any markings on that. But on the daily, we are in between yesterday's high and low. So I'm gonna mark this one, previous day low, then I'm gonna do previous day high over here. I hope my sound is good. If it's not good, let me know. Let me know. Previous day high right there. Oh, what are we likely to do from what I'm seeing here? Are we likely to come up? So this was a strong bullish candle at some point, but you see the bears are coming in, if that's a thing. We are seeing that bullish candle being shaved off. Now what I've come to see, it's possible for you to flip to bearish, but once it's established like this, I think most probabilities they'll keep fighting, so we might not. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have that high over there and just call it the current day high, and just in case we want to keep on coming down, I'm gonna have that as a current day low. So we'll see. So probably take that high or take this low, and if we keep going, then we do have previous day high, or if we keep going down, we do have that previous day low over there. In the meantime, we are in between, so I'm thinking that we might stay in here, and then maybe Monday just explode on either side, and I think the side we'll come back to is here, where we do have that and I think we have that, we had that marked yesterday. Yep. It's okay, we're just gonna have some clean levels and just do the new day opening gap. This was the gap that happened the day before yesterday. That gap, I left a trade running here. I was going long and it shot down, and I lost a lot more than I was supposed to lose, 6,000 instead of losing like 1,000 bucks. That's what happens when the market gaps down on your stop loss. So Yesterday I was skeptical leaving high position running just in case the same thing happens again, though every day is a different day. But yeah, couldn't assume that emotion. Okay, I think we're good on this daily. If we do keep coming down, there's another level here, which I don't think is gonna happen today. That's a all daily low right there. If we do come and take those lows, I think that is some 208 points. That's more than enough. And then 177 points, that's enough too. Just out of curiosity, yesterday's trade, let me see how many points we walked. I'll be back to that analysis in a minute. Let me see. Where's that too? So from my entry point somewhere here to 200 points to the first TP. No, actually less. 144 points to the first TP. How about the whole thing? 274 points. Okay, so where were we? This other side over here. Alright, let's go down to the 4 hour. I think we're done with the daily. I think that's enough. Let's go. How many minutes do we have? We have 11 minutes before the candle opens. Four hour. So now looking at this, this is interesting. We've already seen a story here, so we might want to maybe fill this week. So this current day low could be a nice target, and we do have this 4 hour gap here that we've kind of traded into, so that's interesting. That is interesting. And then what do we have? We've traded above this 4 hour high. I usually have that in green, and then I have it looking like this. For some reason it looks better to me like that. And then I'll do the previous 4 hour high. Yeah, so now the target could be this previous 4 hour low, which is also the current day low, but because should it be the current day low? No, because once we trade below, it's gonna be something else. So let's just do the same thing here. I'll just call it the previous 4 hour low, like that. Come on, my guy. Previous 4 hour low. Okay, so that looks good. So now we just traded above the previous 4 hour whatever, and we actually closed that gap completely. So that already, now I'm bearish. I am bearish. That right there is completely closed. I like that. So this could be an indication that we want to keep going lower, but we do have this, what would I say that is, especially if we close below that zone, that might be good. So this was a previous 4 hour inverted fair value gap, so I'll just do 4 hour whatever, because what we expect with such what I expect with such areas is price to come in and act as support and shoot up. So even though we went this far, look at the bodies are closing above that zone, so that's gonna be my support zone for now. And seeing how the daily, it's kind of in between this previous day, maybe that's where they want to keep price in, right? So the best thing would be to wait for but then the next 4 hour candle closes, yeah, closes at 2, was it 3, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, closes at 3. So there's no way we can use that as a determining factor. But if I was trading the 4 hour, I would wait to see as either close above that high, this blue zone, or trade below this blue zone on the downside, so to keep going down and maybe fill this week. And we do have another whatever here. We have 7 more minutes, so that's also another support zone over there. So I will mark it as well for our inverse inverted. Price has been kept up, so we might just stay in between here. So the 4 hour is kind of in a fix for me. I kind of like the story how we were going down. I wish all this was balanced, then I think we'd have a better chance of going down, but I don't know. We will see. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this line here. So this is the current 1 hour. So we are in that 4 hour whatever, this gap here. I want to pull this up to 1 p.m. I don't like trading after 1 p.m. What are we likely to do, man? This is the previous 4 hour low. The previous 4 hour high is right here. We've traded down and up, so at this level, so that is something that I have to go search onto some ICT stuff, because on the 4 hour we have wicks, and I know once we trade down and up, that area becomes balanced, right? But there's no bodies. So but looking on the 1 hour, we do have bodies, so that place is balanced. You think of it as painting, and when you're painting, let's say downwards, if you leave any gaps, you go up and paint properly, right? This is a 1 hour gap right there that we've traded to. So in the next 5 minutes we'll know what to do. So we've taken out the previous 1 hour high, so are they likely to keep coming down and take this, the previous 1 hour low right there? I don't know. But I know for sure that this is gonna be a previous 1 hour high, so I'm just gonna go ahead and mark it. So let's see if they still stay in here. Now if they do stay in here, what are we gonna do? I think I might just do a small risk today. But those are the days when the market decides to fly. Okay, let's see what the 30-minute looks like. That's the only 30-minute gap over there that we are seeing. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to update this 4 hour to that gap now, and I'm gonna call it 30-minute. And then I kind of like this price action here, so let's do this. See that gap over here? And then look at where these bodies are in between, in that gap. So we can reduce that to a 30-minute. Could be an inverted. Is it inverted? Yes, because we're supposed to use it as resistance and then shoot down, but we just crossed it. We're now using the support and we shot up. So probably price might want to come and retest this zone again. This 1 hour candle closes in the next 3 minutes. So we did see some bullish action here, and even though there's some resistance, like you can see the candles being shaved off, they still kept on fighting up and up. So that was not an easy bullish run over there, and they're still getting some fighting. So this is acting as resistance as of now, right there. The daily is bullish, even though it's been shaved off like crazy. The 4 hour is bearish, and the 1 hour bearish at the moment. Okay, let's look at the 15-minute. Okay, I'm also gonna mess with this. No, let it just stay like that. We do have this gap here on the 15-minute. Do I mark it? No. Okay, let's go down to the 2 more minutes to this candle closure. All this is balanced, there's no gaps. So if we keep on going down, this is a walk in the park right here, especially if we close below this 30-minute zone over here. That can be a nice range to take a trade to down here. 100 points. Like literally no gaps on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, let's look at the 1 minute now. This closes in the next 1 hour. In the next 1 minute. Let's pull in the EMAs. I should be on the other side by now. So I'm gonna take this back to the 1 hour. And let's go on this side. It's on the 1 minute time frame. Let's pull up that 50 cross 200. Let's see what it looks like. Okay. So if we keep going down for now, I don't have an idea. Okay, so that's the new candle, and that's our previous 1 hour low right there. So let's see how this works. 1 hour low right there. No. I like this trend line here on the 1 minute. It's not so clear, but so on the 30-minute we can see that we did form a support here. So now no. Let me look at something real quick on the 4 hour. I'm gonna get rid of this level. I'll just push it to the side. What if this is the play now, man? We just like the same concept, just put it on the 4 hour. We traded above the 4 hour into this zone over here, the 4 hour fair value gap. So that already is, and then we do have that inverted 4 hour gap over there. That is what we are looking at on the 1 hour. That's why I look for on the 1 hour, but this time it's happening on the 4 hour. So if this was a 1 hour setup, I'd be in right now and aiming for that 4 hour low. So maybe if we keep pushing down, I'll use that 30-minute gap there as maybe resistance. See if we can get down here. I'm not seeing anything for now, so I'm just gonna keep being patient until something clear comes up. So we just bounce into that 4 hour zone over there. Now we're shooting down from it. Nothing is clear to me, so I keep waiting. Nothing is clear to me. I'ma wait until something is clear to me. Ooh. I wish this level was on this side. So I think there's a bug here when you switch the symbols, and then when you go back, those levels transpose to this side. See, trading view. So we're just gonna use that bug to advantage. So I don't want to see this 4-hour time frames on this side. I need this to just get pulled to 1 p.m. Okay, I see we going back into that previous 1 hour. So if there's something, I'll just take it. Though I don't see how. Yeah. So in this case, this up candle would be my bounce zone. It's not really. Is it that a breaker really? That's the 1 hour low right there. That could be an early entry. If I do get that trade, I'm gonna enter. If we close above, I'm gonna use this as a bounce zone, but I might just follow with my stop loss closely. Well, I can still buy because 50 is still above 200. Right, so I can use that as all these balance price ranges, man. They're not allowing any fair value gap to form. I think we're just bearish. It would be better to sell. It would be better to sell, man. The problem is if I sell and then the market goes back up, I will beat myself. So I'm gonna just wait. I'm coming to respect my emotions a lot when it comes to this game, man. I don't want to feel like I made a mistake knowingly, you know. So I gotta respect my psyche too. If I lose a trade, let me lose after following my rules completely, because then I know that was not in my control. But now, because I think it's gonna go down and then I enter, right, and probably just a little bit goes my way and then it goes back up and I lose, then I'm, you know, I end up beating myself. Why didn't you follow your rules? Nah. So this market, if it wants to go down and keep going down further until it goes to the whatever, it's all good. But in its going down, if I do get a nice setup, I will enter. For example, I would need to see us maybe go up, then come down, then maybe come to some range, and then if I see a momentum, you know, like some volume going down, then I will hop onto it and see if I can get something. Until then, I'm not seeing anything. And that right there is not even good enough for me. So I'm gonna chill a little bit. I need to see a 5-minute order block form. That will be something like this right here. Something like this is beautiful. See that right there, that down candle and the strong candle pushes up. This is kind of what we saw with yesterday's trade too. So what I'm gonna do is it's okay, even if it leaves me, that's okay. I want to see something like this. So if I go back and then I go down to the 1 minute, that right there is beauty. Look at that up candle, we shot down, took liquidity, we shot up. So that will be a breakup paired with a fair value gap. The market just comes down and touches that. If you're skeptical, wait for a candle to see it, just move away. There's nothing to say that it won't come back down, but that already has given you some sort of yeah, I think that's good enough. I've seen a good reaction I'd like to see from that zone over there. So that will be it. The other thing you could do is just wait with a pending order, but I prefer entering with the bullish candle. I might get a much later entry, but at least I know there's a probability to be going up, right? Same thing happens here though. We have a down candle up, we short down. So that's already a setup to keep going down. So you just have to choose. Easy to see after it's already happened. But then again, as I say, it's one thing to see your setup even when it has happened, because it's pretty much making sense out of what you know. Until you know what you know, everything is invisible. I think I'm gonna crap, what's going on here, man? Maybe keep going down further and take that low, and then come back into this range and maybe keep going up, even though I'm bearish, man. I'm not bearish, even though I think the market is bearish. So maybe they're done with the day. Tomorrow is a holiday. Actually, is it a holiday? Let's see. Trading view. Forex Factory. What is happening tomorrow? Nothing. There's some news at 8 a.m. Let me add some more of this. GBP bank holiday. CAD bank holiday. So USD, it's not a bank holiday. Okay. Am I comfortable taking this trade, man? We've traded below the 1 hour low. Now I did miss 2 trades this week because that's all I need to see. We either trade below the previous 1 hour or the previous 1 hour high, trade above the previous 1 hour high, trade below the previous 1 hour low. And I think it was Tuesday it happened, but I needed it to reach to some point of, to some level down here. Now, could this be enough? So what happened is the trade came down and then it didn't get to that level, and then it shot up, and my entry setup was right there, but I didn't take the trade. I'm not beating myself over that. I just journal that to study later and see if such a thing ever happens again. What do we do? Now that's a but on the 1 minute, that's a 1 minute fair value gap over there. This is a completely balanced area. So if we do come down, then we are likely to keep going down further. So why is price being held around here? Why? Okay, at this point I don't need this image. See ya. It's a 1 minute fair value gap right there. Okay, the daily has flipped to red. Ooh, we are going down, man. So I think this is that 4 hour logic. So this down here is a likely target. Now, I did mention that if we come down, I might use this as my resistance to see if I can get some movement to the downside. So that's an idea right there. We'll see how that goes. Let me hide this so I can floss. Okie doke. The daily candle down flip to red, to bearish. 4 hour candle bearish, 1 hour candle bearish, 30 minute, everybody else is bearish at this point. I wanna watch that 30 minutes, just see how it looks like. No, on this side, right here. Let's just stay on the 1 minute. I like this zone. If we can trade above it, that right there is a support zone. This right here. If we can trade above support, shoot up. So we've traded below that 1 hour, whatever, like it's nothing. Get out of here. This is a walk in the park now. Let me see what the 5 minute looks like. Yeah. So I do have an idea. Looking at the 5 minute here, see how this candle just came. Support, we shot up. This one fell short of touching that zone. Now here, how we keep going down. This is also a walk in the park right here, so I'll see what happens here. The idea right there. So if this was a dealing range, that high and this low, and that was a retracement, oh look at that. We're using that spot as support. This was the retracement that we did get to an OTE zone. Perfect actually. So this is a fast target. If this is clearly an OTE, optimal trade entry area. Put that ICT fib. Yep, 0.62 just bodies, and then we can see the wicks came to that 0.75 area. So yeah, we can get a quick entry from here to down here. So let's just keep being patient. It's now 12:15. So at 12:30, if we were still in here, then I'm gonna get rid of this 4 hour, and then I'll just have that gap over there, and then we can use that if for any reason we still want to get up here. So for now, it's like 13 minutes before this candle closes. I just need to figure out a way to enter and keep going down. All this is balanced on a 5 minute time, but then there are huge gaps on a higher time frame. I don't know if ICT still takes questions, because that's a question I have. If we do have a gap on a higher time frame, and then when you go down to lower time frames, there's no gap. So I think, is that a can you consider those areas balanced? What I mean by that is, looking at the 15 minute, look at this gap over here, right there. But on the 5 minute, there's no gap. Balanced. Okay, we're getting some sort of support on this level here. This 30 minute inverted or whatever. We did trade up and down, but we haven't closed it completely. So that was like a remaining gap over there. To be completely ballooned. Now if I was to get along like right now, once we get to this spot here, which will be that 4-hour range over there, I think I would take a partial over there or break even. If I don't want to take partials, maybe because I haven't gained so much, then I would break even over there, because that's an area that the market could come to and then keep going downwards, and that would be a nice area to take a short too. But time. So I'm gonna keep being patient until something is clear. So if we keep on being bullish, I'd like us to trade above, see the open price of this down candle. If we can trade above it and close with this one, with this candle right now, if we can close above the open price and preferably a little bit higher, that would be nice. And then we can go down to the 1 minute and look for that pattern. I like it already because this is kind of well saying if we can trade above that range, this little bit of consolidation, and then we short down, if we trade above it, we can use that whole range as our bounce zone. So probably I think it would look something like this. My stop loss would be that's too far. The previous 1 hour is right there, 1.37. This is assuming if we keep on going up. So probably I'd look for something down here, some sort of a nice low, but I'd be okay with 1:2. So probably my stop would be maybe right there. 1:2 is okay. Actually, even 1:1.5 would still be okay. We are not greedy in this game. A win is a win. The setups that really bring good RRs, they'll show up. They will show up, and we just. In the meantime, if we keep on going short, I need to know how, because there's a high probability that we are coming down here. It's now 12:20. I don't think that 5-minute order block is happening. Yo, okay, so we do have a 5-minute fair value gap right there that we just went in, and now we're shooting downwards, and I think there's no gap here. So this either is a pillar where price doesn't need to come here, or it's gonna be a walk in the park. We just flow to the downside with, like, this is a low resistance right here. Well, that did act as support at some point, the high right there. Bruh. It did support price over there, so maybe that could be an important level. I don't think so. I think we just brush through. Because I could say the same again with this up candle, down candle here. Down shoot. So that would be over analyzing now. Okay, I'm gonna take a shot here, and what I'm gonna do is if they do establish a low, then I'm gonna use that high and this low to model a short and maybe use that gap. So I think I'll be buying here, or rather sell. The next 30-minute candle closes in 8 minutes, and I'd like to see a body close below this zone, but that might be late. Now that is fear of missing out. So we are in that fair value gap. Closes in the next. You know what? I'm gonna take that trade. Hope that was a good idea. If not, we're only losing what? 0.2%. I'm gonna take a very small risk just in case I'm wrong, because this is outside my trading this is outside my trading criteria. It would be nice if this 30-minute candle here would close below that zone, but we just got rejected back, so That right there is low probability, but we are losing nothing. Okay, we lost. So I want to put that down in my journals, so I remind myself that going outside your trading zone is not a good idea. But we lost nothing. We lost 273, so that's okay. So now, should I take this? Because now, let me see what the 5 minute looks like. Kevin, trader Mawera, look at that up candle. Paired with the fair value gap, according to how that closes. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna watch it. That would be an aggressive entry, assuming that what's the probability this will turn back to bullish? Now this is where I would use my trade management, my whatever, because if I did enter with a full size on my risk, this next trade would have to be a half. I do like that already. That is a fair value gap, so that is something I would like to mess with. But in this case, I might just have a buy stop up here, because that fair value gap is where I would now enter. So I'll have a buy stop just to enter the momentum going up. So how much had I risked on the other one? 10. I'm just gonna use the same. Bruh, this is confusing, man. Now what do we do? Do we take a short now? This is a very nice setup with an inverted fair value gap right there and a fair value gap. If this was to be, if we keep trading down, then to me I think that would be a nice. Okay, I'll just do a buy stop there. Buy 10, that's a buy stop. This is my bounce zone. We are below the previous 1 hour. If we do trade above this zone over here, I will add some more to this trade. I'm not comfortable taking a trade on the live account right now, so I'm gonna just chill on that. But these are some of the days where trade just flies your way like nuts. So my buy stop has been engaged, and how much am I risking? I'm gonna just put my stop loss down here. So we're risking 0.3%. Probability of making 1200 on this demo account. The 4-hour candle is yeah, we are staying above that 30-minute zone, so I think that's a strong support zone over there, but we don't know until it forms, right? So I'm in that little bit of a trade. (0.3 plus 0.2), so 0.5% risk. I will add some more if we do trade above this zone. Looking at the 5 minute, I like that. That's good. Maybe take a small risk on this other side. Small risk, just in case it works. $25 is okay, just in case it works. So that's the first fair value gap. Here's the second fair value gap, which usually acts as a strong bounce zone. If that fails, then there's a time I used to wait for that second fair value gap over there. So that should act as a strong support. If not, then yep, I don't know. Yeah, we just completely closed it and now we are trading below it. Okay, if this fails, then I think I mean, I could still take another risk, but oh, those are the days you get chopped up, and if you're not careful, you burn your account. Yeah, so that second fair value gap is acting as nothing. My stop is being, they're coming for it. So probably now I could take a shot. So the next 30-minute candle now closes now, and we are still down. Okay, so we use these down candles and order block right there. See how we're bouncing off of, we shot up. So now if we do close, let me put this to the side a little bit. I want to see how this closes, then I might take a full-on risk now. My stop will be below this low. Okay, I'm gonna mark that open price of that previous 5-minute candle. That's gonna be our 5-minute order block. We're not sure until the next 3 minutes, so we're gonna wait for at least 3 minutes before I consider taking a good risk. So we've traded above that previous fair value gap 2 right there. That's the 5-minute. I will say I would consider that completely closed. I don't need that level no more. Ooh, I like that. Me like that. Me like this so much. So I'm gonna push that to the side, and I'm gonna push this to the side too. I think there could be a setup here that I'm willing to put full risk on. So that high, this up candles before we shot down to some, we did take that swing low over there, so that's good enough. So I'm gonna have that as a break right there on the 1 minute. I'm still not comfortable taking a trade until this 5-minute candle closes, so that's in the next 2 minutes. So it could be too late and they might decide to just shoot up. Problem is all this could be reversed, man. Now I had said that I'm gonna get rid of this 4-hour, or what I'm gonna do is just have it on this side. Yep, see what's happening? So before I'm comfortable taking my 1 minute setup, I need to see that 5-minute candle close, and I need it to close bullish. So that's in the next 2 minutes. High probability it closes above that open price. Even better if it closes up here like a strong bullish candle. But all this could be reversed, man, and you don't want to be in there. So see what's happening? Nah. The other thing, it could just be trading down to some important level here and then keep going up. So when this 5-minute closes, it doesn't need to, the next candle doesn't need to keep coming down. It can just keep hopping up. If that happens, then I think me out of this trade. If that happens, it's still okay, it's still good, because I'm still waiting for price to trade above this level, and that can be my bounce zone. And I'm seeing that we're balancing everything here, so high probability is we don't have to keep coming back down here, right? Price will still do what it wants to do. That is just me forming a story in my head and hoping that is what will happen. What was I doing? I'm gonna push this to the side because I think that's today's target, man. Right there. I'm not expecting too much today. So if I do enter a trade, so y'all tell me what you're doing. So maybe my stop loss could be down here and then shoot to that. Let me transpose that. Ah, that's a small range, man. Jesus. So this is where I want to enter my trade, which is that 15-minute gap. This could just be a retracement to come here to keep going down. 5 minute closes in the next 3 seconds. 1 second. So that's a confirmed order block right there. Hi. There's no fair value gap for me. I'm gonna push this to the side a little bit. So this could collapse, or it could hold price completely. Okay, I'm gonna hold off on this other side. But this right here could be a better trade too. No, I'm battling with fear of missing out, man. What would be the best thing to do? Can I have my stop just below this low here? We are below the previous 1 hour, so that everything checks. We'll take that trade, man. I'm gonna just take it right now. Let me see how this candle closes. If it closes above that zone, I'm gonna take that trade with half of the risk I would normally take. And my stop is down here, so but I need to see that 1 minute close just above that range over there. Okay, so we wait again for the next 1 minute. Okay, it has closed. That's nice. I'm gonna take that trade and I'm gonna add some more here. So what's the risk now? 0.7%. I will add a little bit more up here. The thing is though, on the 15-minute time frame, how much will I be losing here? 0.7 plus what I've already lost. Was that 0.2? So a little below 1%. And now we are going down like it. My stop is down here, so this one I have to journal because I've taken the trade for real, which was at the close of that candle. My stop loss down here and my TP way up here. So if that works, that would be nice. So let's wait and see. So I hope that 30-minute, zone right there just holds price to where we don't need to come back down, because my stop loss is just below that 30-minute zone over there. We have this on the 30-minute candle. If we do in the next 30 minutes we're done. But let's look at the 15-minute. Yeah, by 12:45, if this candle closes above this one, then just a 15-minute order block right there confirmed. So the only other issue now we have is, no, that's on the 30-minute, is this zone over here. So I'd say that if we do close above this zone, I'm gonna take a trade. But now we do have that 30-minute fair value gap over there, so I think I'll be comfortable if we do close, if we do use it as a bounce zone over here, if we do use a support, if we do get a good shape to enter, a good pattern, then we can keep going up. Now what's the probability that's gonna happen? I don't know. Me don't know. 1 hour is bearish, 4 hour bearish, daily bearish. I like taking setups where the daily agrees with me, or at least the 4 hour. So in this case, yeah, me don't know. Yep, they're coming for my stop loss. We are fighting trend here, man. We are fighting the trend, man. We are fighting the trend, man. Or I am fighting the trend. But this is nothing I've beat myself on. I mean, we're trading below the previous 1 hour. My pattern has formed, so it's all good. My risk is too small. But I was to say that it still won't work. It doesn't look good though. So if this thing keeps on going up, once we get to that 30-minute area right there, I'm gonna reduce my risk by half. I'll reduce that risk by half. Or should I just leave it alone, because we don't know what 1250 will do, because we can see 1250 maybe trade to that zone, then 1250 just shoot down and then immediately go back into that range. Which range? I mean, keep shooting up. I believe this is where mechanical trading now just saves you from all this thinking. Once you see your pattern, you just enter, and the rest you don't care. But if we do close above this 30-minute, oh man, I'll be happy with just a 5-minute candle. We just strongly close above it, and then we start using this as support. Yeah, because on the 5-minute there's really nothing. It's balanced. We've taken that low. Okay, I feel like there's so much noise here, so let me see, what are we really bouncing off of? I'm gonna get rid of that second fair value gap. We are trading, we went above, we went below, so it's not really nothing to worry about. So much. What is this? This is just some level, I believe, that can be used as support and resistance right there. So let me reduce. It's not so noisy. What does the 1 hour look like? Will that 1 hour flip to bullish? We don't know. This is the kind of price action I hate being in, man. I just like to enter my trade just goes up. If every day was Christmas. Anyway, stop loss right there to do its job. That's my baby crying, screaming. $12.45. So yesterday the 12.50 momentum that comes in around that time worked for us. The market shot up, price shot up, and then it kept on going up too, right? So if we could see the same thing today again, that would be nice. So that right there is a line of defense, man. So the more we can stay above that 5 minute whatever, the better. So the other thing would be just to divide it by half, and that would be my last line of defense. If we do close below it, then it's a low probability. But then again, who's to say? What do we know? We know nothing, man. What do I know? That 30-minute candle is being shaved off, man. 4 minutes to 12.50. Whoa, I think we're gonna get a loss today. We are definitely taking that loss. Yeah. Two minutes to 12.50. My stop loss is just right there. Oh crap. Okay, that's done. Okay, no worries. Yeah, so today didn't work for us. Yeah, we're kind of bearish anyway. But who's to say that wouldn't have worked, right? So I think I'm good. $1,000. So I think I've lost 4K for the week on this account. This other side, I think I'm break even for the week. All right, one more minute to that 1250. I wonder what it's gonna do. There we go. 1250 in the building in a few seconds, in 13 seconds. 50 just crossed 200. So if I was trading this thing mechanically, then that will be my entry just at the break of this candle. If I'm skeptical, wait for another candle right there. Stop loss just above 200, and then see if we can keep going down. So that's 1250 now. Not too bad. So I think the 4-hour play is what's happening. Previous 4-hour high into a fair value gap right there, and this 4-hour low is the target. So yep, that was a loss, so that has to go to the journal so we can learn from that someday. For now, I think I did my best. I don't know what else I would say with that. And I think this is the candle that took me out. Oh yeah. So we just use that zone again as support. Now we're shooting down. When was the first day of the week? Let's pull this down so we keep watching price. 14th. So we started at 125, 283, and I'm ending at 121. So we've lost like 3K over there. Okay, I think I'm gonna end the stream here, and tomorrow right about the same time I'm gonna be reviewing the trades that I took up this week, see if there's anything I missed. So I did miss on 2 trades, and probably maybe that's why I took today's trade, because they were similar, right? The environment to me looked The moment, oh, what do I say now? I can't quite remember if they're bullish or bearish. I'll look at them tomorrow, but I was skeptical taking such a trade because everything looked like it was bearish, and then the trades ended up working. So coming next week, I think I'm just gonna be a little bit more what do I say, maybe a little bit mechanical. If something just shows up, I'm just gonna enter, right? It might be dangerous though. Or maybe tighten the rules a little bit, right? Because I don't know, like in this case 50 is below 200 and I shouldn't be buying, but the same thing happened yesterday. We bought when 50 was below 200 and it worked for us. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on doing what we're doing, and if what we're doing is right, then it's gonna work for us. But we've only done like what, 5 trades so far. I think that's not enough to judge anything. We'll probably still be going up. Just the wrong timing, man. Wrong timing. But everything was okay, man. Everything was okay. So this was the original bounce zone over there. We did use it as support a little bit. Short up, but then again, seems like they had unfinished business down here. So next week, we're gonna focus on ending the week in the green. So yep. So tomorrow, I think I just said this again, I'm gonna just say it one more time. Right about the same time, I'm gonna be doing reviews of the trades that I did take from Monday to today, and then Saturday I might do a back test. I think I should do it. Just back test this strategy and just finish off where I left from last time, because I was doing the month of March, but I was in there for like 2 hours and I just had to stop the stream. So we're gonna see how far we'll go, just to see if we need to maybe, because I'm only trading the 12 p.m. candle, maybe also include the 11 p.m. one and try to see if adding some more time on the charts could work for us. But I'm kind of a little bit comfortable, just because in this case I think we would have gotten this one. Let me do this, let me go to a different US 100 that has no markings on, and pretty much this is what I want to see. So if I was here before 11 and I want to trade that 11 a.m. candle, let me see, let's go back. There we go. So I'm gonna boom boom boom. So 11 a.m. high is this one. Now this is shoulda, coulda, woulda. Right there, that'll be the previous 1 hour high, and probably that could be the previous 1 hour low right there. So we want to see something like this, price come up and then see that pattern, and then we shoot down with it. And then this right here is our bounce zone that we can use to, right there, that we can use to, what do I say now? Bam, enter, and then aim for that the other side of the 1 hour. So let's see if that's what we're gonna, let's see if that's what happened, because we did trade above and then came down, right? Because this is the candle right here. So let's see what happened. Okay, we shot above, so this is the bounce zone so far. Let's see if they formed another one up there. Boom. Okay, so now it's this one. Okay, beautiful. Look at that. paired with a fair value gap right there, so that's your added confirmation. I wish you can go to the 5 minute, see if there's a 5-minute order. Oh, look at that. Sweet, 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 sweet. 5-minute bearish order block. That's kind of what you want to see. And then going back to the 1 minute, we have that down candle. We went up, we traded above a swing high, and then we shot down. And then look at that fair value gap over there. So best case will be so let me see if we trade up. So that's a swing low right there. Wait a minute, don't tell me they didn't touch that zone. Yes, they did, because it should be, I used the whole candle, so this one touched it. So if this was a pending order, you might not be filled, right? My stop loss will be all the way up here, and then aiming for that swing low over there. So if this was a pending order, you might not be filled, but in case they do come again, because that fair value gap right there is your sweet zone. That's your best case scenario to enter. So to be a little bit more aggressive is, once we trade below that break over there, once we come back and touch it, just do a market entry. So you'd probably be filled down here, which is okay, right? Just in case price doesn't come back up, because I think there's a trade I missed that did the same thing. Just close below. I did a pending order. I think it did come, but it didn't fill me. So the other entry, best entry, will be a pending order that fair value gap, or you can just wait for it to touch the fair value gap and shoot down, so you can get a better value of your RR if it does that. So that's 2.9 compared to 2.3 for just being a little bit patient. Or if we do form that swing high and start going up, the other thing you could do is take the highest high and the lowest low, and then you can do your OTE entry, which will be at 0.62, which is where price is at right now, and that could be your other beautiful entry. And when those happens, man, so in this case, if we do go to the same target down there, you're looking at 6.7. Now this is assuming the price didn't come up because that could happen. Price didn't come up, and then so let's see what happened, because that could be a possibility. That's what happened. Oh, price. Oh my god. So oh, trading is difficult, I'm not gonna lie. Oh my god. What? Yeah. So then you have a new bounce zone, and that, you know, with your psychology, that might be hard for you to re-enter. So hey, where is that breaker? I'm even confused. I'm just back testing. So that could be something else right there. You could do the same logic, but this case, just go in with half the risk, right? So if you're risking 1%, you can still engage with that, but with 0.5%. If that loses, then do 0.5%, which will be 0.25%. If you lose 3 times, then you're done for. Just leave it alone. Just wait for another day, because that's how you end up burning your accounts now. So probably this one did work. So we have that down candle. So let me get rid of all this, because I'll leave the positions there. Damn. So that's a fair value gap over there. And that's your breaker. What is this other? And that's your breaker right there, or my breaker, what I consider a breaker. So that down candle, we went short up and then we short down. So the touch of that will be an entry. in this case, so let's see if this one worked, because I can see we did come down, so it did work. So it did work. What time is it? 1:03. Okay. And then the other thing would be maybe an OTE entry as well, which will be a little bit further up. So that would be the second, and another place you could enter, which I'm not. Shift. What the? Okay, nice. It still hasn't played. We just went back to where we were, so that could be another entry over there. Where will be the other entry? At the touch of, I mean, the other entry will be just where we are right now, because we just touched that fair value gap. So that right there will be an entry. So let's see if this one worked. Where's the third one? Did I delete the third one? So the breaker entry, the OTE entry, and just at the touch of the fair value gap, or once we just close below that breaker, but this is just too far. A retracement back to that fair value gap is okay, that's an entry, but let's just say we did wait for that breaker entry right there, what I think is my bounce zone. So let me pull this to the side. I need to see where the OTE is at, so I know if we really got to it. Also, do remember to consider your spread, right? Because price can get to that spot, but if the spread is too big, then okay. So let's see if this one worked for us, or we were snubbed one more time. Okay. So seems like this one worked. Yeah, so if you lost 1%, then you probably made it back with your half 0.5%, because I want to see how far did we get. So the OTE, we got that entry, we actually got all of them, we even got the 0.62%. so if you kind of wait for the 0.62, that's an 8R right there. If you waited for the breaker in this setup, that's 6.22, and for the fair value gap, that will be 4.4. so the best place to enter trade is the OTE, but mostly price doesn't get there, but that's the probability right there. So this is something I might look into actually, because with that sort of an entry, you can lose on so many trades but still end up being profitable. So this is the action after we traded just above that previous 1 hour high, and you can see we did enter into a fair value gap. So those are setups that I like to see when I see them. That's not a goal, that's a fair value gap, right? Whatever, man, that needs to be in blue. So that is something we'll be looking for when you come to backtest on Saturday. And if I see that that's a credible, because I've seen this setup, I took one like this last week, then I could just be waiting for such a setup, right? I just come here like maybe 10 and then wait for this exact setup where I trade above the previous 1 hour high, and then there's a fair value gap over there. So that would mean for me to wait for fair value gaps to form on the 1 hour, and then wait to see if price will trade into that and then come back into the 1 hour zone. So that might be stretches. Another area that is the same has happened is right here. Look at that. So if we do go down, it's gonna be the same thing. Fair value gap, we trade below the previous 1 hour low, and then coming back, look for that setup and see if we can trade to exactly. And that right there is a full-on strategy, man. Now the problem is to wait, and will you also be comfortable when you lose like 3 in a row, you know, which is okay. If you lose 3 in a row, you lost what, 3%, but once you win, you with such entries with such RRs, then we're good. I'm gonna end this live stream here. So today was a loss, man. Today was a loss, nothing to worry about. I don't want this to go inside. We're just back testing there a little bit. So that's another way also you could handle losses and prevent yourself from losing your account. Go on the next trade with half a risk, because it sucks, man. When you enter, you lose, then you lose, then you lose, then you lose. You end up the day losing, like, let's say 4% if you're taking just 1%, and then the next day you get a really nice trade that gives you 5R. Now you only have 1%. That sucks, man. But if on 3 trades you can keep reducing your risk, you end up losing like 1%, 1.5, 1.75, and then you're done. That's it. 1.75%. If you have to keep trading, just risk 0.25%. So the most you'll do is 2.5 risk a day, 2.5R, and you're done. So that's like what, 5 trades that you took. Because these days the market just doesn't agree with you. And then the next day when you get a good trade, you finish good. Let me pull up today's I'm gonna go back to, let me just see how it closes. So it's still trending, it's still ranging inside of that zone right there. So there's really nothing for me. Oh, look at this. So so this was the real bounce zone now, right there. Okay, up, we shot down with a fair value gap, inverted fair value gap. So had they just used that fair value gap and then shot up. So if I did that 0.62 logic, we did get to it actually on this one. So that'll be my entry, and that's my stop loss right there to that 30-minute. Look at that, man. That's 2.7. Oof. Damn. The problem with these ones is their setups you're gonna lose, man. Like yesterday, it didn't come this deep. It just used that bounce zone. So if that's what I use, then that will be 1R, which is pretty much okay. So that's okay. That works. So next week we come in fresh again. I'll see you guys tomorrow just to review the trades that we took this week. So I'm gonna do this. This is all the shenanigans of today. I'll group all of them. We have a problem here. Boom, boom. One, 2, 3. So that was 4, 17, 25. So that's grouped. And we leave the charts as clean as we found them. Four, 17, 25. Trading. And we leave the charts as clean as we found them. Alright, so I'm gonna just end this stream here, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a review of the trades that we've taken this week. I've repeated myself like 10,000 times because I think tomorrow is a holiday, so we might not have anything going on. So we may just see price doing something like this. And I think by now the market's gonna be closed. So thank you so much for joining in, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time. Have a good one. God bless you all. See ya. Oh, one more thing. I did add a new track today, so let's just go listen to it. The descriptions of the tracks are in my... No. Yeah, this one. Alright, Trader Mawera, and I'm out. I didn't finish that thought. I said I did add a new track. It's not really new. I've used it on my previous streams, but the links are in the description of the tracks that I'm using. They are copyright free. You just need to put the credit of the creators in your description. That's all you gotta do. So if you're interested, check out the description of this live. Okie doke. Now this time I'm out. Trader Maria. See you tomorrow, same time.